Hey everyone, it's a new year, 2025, and with a new year comes new goals. And last year in 2024, my goal was to learn about AI, and so I came up with Design with Detour, where I made these prompts each month, every day, where I would do a design every day, a t-shirt design every day. This year, my goal is about drawing, and I wanted to draw every day, so I made this called Draw with Detour. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing. There's going to be some things that are a little bit different. I'm going to explain that in this video, what this is, this Draw with Detour, and I'm going to show you how I do in Procreate drawing the first thing on this list. You're going to see how bad I am and how I'm learning just along with you, and I'm going to try and do that every day until I get better and better with Procreate. So the first thing we're going to do is go into Affinity Designer. I'm going to explain this Draw with Detour prompts and then go into Procreate and then show you how I'm going to draw the first prompt. All right, so here I am in Affinity Designer with the prompt that I've done for Draw with Detour. I wanted to explain this. If you've seen my latest video about my goals for 2025, you've probably seen this. I'll put that video right here if you haven't seen it. But I'm going to go and explain a little bit more in detail what this is. So I made it looking different on purpose because last year, Design with Detour was black. I'm kind of doing the opposite and doing hand-drawn thing, not using AI, and so I wanted to make it the opposite color, which is white. So now there's no confusion on which one we're doing this year. We're doing the white ones, not the black ones. And you can still find those Design with Detour ones from 2024 on my downloads page. If you want to continue doing that in 2025, you can do that. It's just going to be on my downloads page. There are obviously going to be enough topics on there. The difference with this one is, first of all, I have a theme for the month this year. Last time, I just kind of picked random topics, popular topics, but they were very random. This time, they're not random. Everything in here is going to relate to the theme of the month. And the theme of the month is going to be a holiday or special thing that happens 2 months from the month it's available. So January, 2 months from January, February, March, right? March, the big holiday for March is St. Patrick's Day. It's not only a big holiday, it's a big t-shirt holiday, which is why I picked it. So everything here can be used on t-shirts. So if I'm drawing a 4-leaf clover like I'm gonna do today, I can put those 4-leaf clovers around with some text and create a t-shirt. So that's the idea behind this. Not only that, but it's twofold. By the time I finish this, I'll have 31 graphics related to St. Patrick's Day, all in a nice bundle that I'll put on my downloads page so that you can have access to that and download it. I'll probably make it $5 or whatever, something cheap like that that everybody can afford. But then you can use these as well, all of these in your t-shirt design, and I'm going to show you how to use some of these as we go out through the month. So really cool. I think it's a thing that you can do as well. If you don't want to just use my stuff, you can follow along and draw with Procreate or on pen and paper or whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm going to show you how to draw some of these. My goal is to try and do a video for all of these. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but a nice thing about Procreate is that it does record things for you. So I'll definitely have a recording of my Procreate session, and I can make a shorts or something like that and show you how I drew something. So that's the goal. Oh, one more thing, you'll notice that the fonts changed, and the name of this font is actually Detour. So I have a font I collaborated with a friend of mine that makes fonts, and he made a special Detour font, and you can find that on my downloads page as well. So everything's kind of all working together here with t-shirts and designs and drawing, and I really wanted to improve my drawing skills since I did so much AI. I kind of missed drawing in real life just with my hands and things instead of using AI. So I'm gonna do the opposite of what I did last year and draw by hand all these things and show you that it can be done and it can be used for t-shirt designs in 2025 too. You don't have to do everything AI, even though AI, and I'll probably still use AI, but even though AI is very popular, I think you can still make sales today using things that you draw yourself. All right, so everything's different on here. Oh, also did this in Affinity Designer, this kind of dash line just to give it that feel that it's, you know, that homemade feel, that drawn homemade feel. So, all right, so that's everything about this. Be looking out for the next month and the next month and the next month. They're all gonna have their own theme, and each one will have 31 30 design or 30 prompts for the theme that goes around it. And I'm gonna try and pick themes or holidays that are very popular for t-shirts as well. So Halloween, Christmas, those kind of big ones where people buy t-shirts for that thing. All right, so now that you know how this works and everything, let's go into Procreate and see how bad I am. I'm just starting out on Procreate. I just practiced a little bit this morning, really rusty. So you're gonna see how rusty I am, but that's great because I think this is gonna help you see that the progress of what I'm starting with right now, which is really bad. And hopefully by the end of the year, I'll feel very comfortable with Procreate and some of the other things on my iPad that I can create t-shirts and designs a lot faster. I have my iPad down here, you're gonna see right there, and I'm gonna try and record with my iPad. Hopefully this works out. You're gonna see me on here, but also a recording on the side. So first things first is I'm gonna open up Procreate. There we go. And then I'm gonna start a new, and you can see I tried one this morning, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. So I'm gonna hit plus here and just do a square. It can be whatever size you want, that doesn't matter so much. And then I'm gonna just do a sketch here. So I'm gonna pick my brush and I'm gonna do sketching first, and this technical pen's fine, I'm gonna use that. And I'm gonna draw, since I'm doing a 4-leaf clover, I'm gonna draw a circle and then kind of divide it into 4s so that I know where the petals are. So circle, just really rough here, circle. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of an idea of a circle. And then I'm gonna do the crosshatch, kind of like that, like a X. Okay, and then what you wanna do is, or what I wanna do is, I kind of want to make a heart in each one, and you'll see what I mean. So we're going to draw up like this, and then there's a heart kind of shape like that, right? And we're going to do that on each side. So I'm going to come in here and draw a heart like this. This is an idea that I thought would be easiest because I don't draw 4-leaf clovers that often. If you draw 4-leaf clovers all the time, you probably can just do it one time and boom, boom, boom. But for me, like I said, I haven't been drawing a lot, so I'm just sketching it out here. All right, that kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover already. The last thing is kind of that bottom part. What do you call this thing? The stem. And I'm just kind of doing it like that. All right, so now that I have my sketch here, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trace over it now that I kind of have the sketch. And the thing I'm gonna do is add another layer. So I had to look this up what to do. I didn't know how to do this. So you prick the layer and you hit another one. There's the second layer. And I wanna kind of bring back or change the opacity of the bottom layer, the layer number 1. And so I'm gonna hit this N here, and you can see the opacity. I didn't know that that's how you did it, but you go down, and I'm gonna bring it down to like 35 or whatever, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna go to layer 2 and then draw above it. So I'm gonna pick a different pen. I kind of like just the, what is it? Artistic? No, calligraphy? Yeah, calligraphy monoline. I just want a, I'm not getting too fancy. Maybe when I learn more Procreate, I'll use different brushes. But for now, I'm just gonna use that just straight brush, basic brush. And I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna just trace over it. Now, if you're, if this isn't thick enough by default, you can change the thickness on the side here. You can see like that. It's too bad I changed the size here because I don't know what it was. Let me erase what I had. Whoops. So I can make my erase brush bigger too. All right. And then I should have done this. Let's see what size this is. I'm back on black. Yeah, I guess that's fine. There and there. Check that out. All right. And then I'm going to go here, here. Now you can see I'm not that great at this quite yet, and my strokes are not the best, but I think that's fine. If you're just learning to, I think that's fine. All right, so I'm going to come in here and just kind of connect them. Now this is very, very rough, and I could do a better job with this, but I just wanted to show you how to do it here. I'm gonna learn some better techniques as we go in the future, but I think for now, very basic. I'm gonna copy this and bring it into Affinity Designer, or the one that I did earlier that's just like this. Bring it into Affinity Designer and kind of clean it up with making it vectors. I'm gonna trace over it again. Now that may not be the best way to do it, but for now that's kind of my skill set. And I probably could do that on the iPad too, but I couldn't figure out how to get it from this to my Affinity Designer on my iPad. So I'm gonna bring it into my Affinity Designer on my desktop, and then I'm gonna finish it up there. All right, so here I am in Affinity Designer. Like I said, I probably won't do this in the future, but since I'm not really good at Procreate and I'm more familiar with Affinity Designer right now, this is what I did. So I brought in the design that I did earlier. You can see pretty similar to the one I just did. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring it here, and I'm gonna turn down the opacity of this one too, kind of like what I did with the last one. So here, I got here, and I can bring down the opacity like this, right? And then I can just use my pen tool. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but you can see if I pick pen tool here and click on here and kind of trace over it, I can start doing that too. Now I'm sure there's a better way that it will just create a vector with it, but I don't know what that is yet, and I'm gonna learn that in the future. But for right now, I can do this and do that. So that's what I did here in this version. So this is all the pen tool. You can see I traced over it. I got rid of the background, and then I colored it, but I didn't really like it because it didn't feel like a clover yet. So what I did was I moved these in every 4 I brought it in. So it came in here, and I should have done that in the drawing, but if I come in here and kind of make these look more like clover, like these are individual ones, then that starts to feel more like a clover to me. And then I just added some a cute face here with circles and a face there. This one I had from before, but you can usually just use your pen tool and come in here and just draw kind of a happy face like that. So more familiar with the pen tool than I am with Procreate, but that's okay. Good start. And this is now all vector, and this will be part of my pack. I have a lot more, 31 different designs. I'm probably gonna make a 3-leaf clover at some point too, and maybe different colors here, just so you have a bunch of them to play with. But you can see you can use this on a t-shirt as well. So there's my first day 1. Got to start somewhere, hopefully get a lot better by the end of the year. So there you go. That was my very first drawing in Procreate for the year. Draw with Detour. Hopefully you follow me and draw your own things. That's kind of the plan, or you can just watch what I come up with and use them eventually. But I think this is a great chance for all of us to, in a time of AI, to go back to basics and learn how to draw, either on Procreate or on pen and paper or things like that. You can use some of these same things that I'm doing on paper. Just draw really lightly for the sketch. You don't have to mess with opacity and stuff like that, and go over it with a bigger, thicker pen. So my hope is that everybody can learn to love to draw even in this time. And I'll put those prompts on my page. I'll put a link for my downloads page. You'll find it there. If you haven't seen it on my social media things, you can follow along as well. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't seen my 2025, my year-end 2025 or 2025 goals video that I just did last, I'll put that right here so you can see all the different things that I plan on doing for this year, along with Draw with Detour. And as always, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.